What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to JDs NerdVerse. I am excited today to bring you a versus series, a versus challenge, whatever you'd like to call it, of the 3 mono ground type in Generation 1. We're going to put them head to head to see which one is the best in a solo playthrough of Pokemon Blue. So that leaves us with 3 Pokemon, Dugtrio, Sandslash, and Marowak. We're going to quickly dive into the stats of this, and we're going to dive right into the playthrough, okay? Stats of these Pokemon are, Dugtrio is, it says 4 or 5, but there's no special attack or special defense in Gen 1, it's just special. So you guys subtract out the 50 for special attack, so it's just 70 for special. So that leaves Marowak, or I'm sorry, leaves Dugtrio with 355 base power. Okay, Marowak, you're looking at him, you guys subtract out 80, so that puts us at 345 base power. Okay, and now we're looking at Sandslash. Sandslash does not have great special at all. So you got to track out 45, so it's just right under 400 base power, 395. So Sandslash has the best stats, but some stats are better with other Pokemon. The fast Pokemon here is Dugtrio. Defensively, Sandslash and Marowak are pretty much right on par with each other, and attacks pretty good across the board. What really does change is some specials good and some HP is good, but across the board they're pretty well balanced because when you look at their move sets, you're going to see there is some balance to it, but some Pokemon are head and shoulders better in some ways. So let's go ahead and look at Marowak. I'm not going to go over all the stuff with it. You can go watch my prediction video. I'll put one out Monday. It's very thorough. It goes over in depth, like the advantages and disadvantages of every Pokemon. I just wanted to show it here. So if you would like to reference back, you can. One advantage that Marowak does have that I will go over is it does have access to some pretty good coverage moves like Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Fire Blast is included in that. It does have a decent amount of things. It does have Mega Punch. Marowak has the broadest moveset of all the Pokemon for sure, okay? And its level up moveset isn't horrible either, but it does have the broadest, but it also is the slowest. And the fact that it has access to all these extra moves, but does not have great special is a hindrance. However, it does have some things going for it that makes it a pretty decent Pokemon. Let's go ahead and go over the next Pokemon, which is Dugtrio. By the way, I am showing you in the order of which my prediction video I predicted all these things going on, so this is the order I predict that they will finish. Dugtrio has the best speed of all the Pokemon. It also has the best starting move, so this one shoots out of the gate very well with Dig. Dig is a 150 base power move when it comes to stab, so you start the game with one of the most powerful moves in the game, for sure, Dig. So that's the advantage that Dugtrio has compared to everyone else. And then but the downside is it has access to the smallest move pool of all the Pokemon, which is not always a bad thing because if you have a strategy, you always kind of like want to focus towards that strategy. But it does have access to Rock Slide, which Marowak does not. So that is a huge advantage for Dugtrio because there's a couple Pokemon, and if you've watched any playthrough of Generation 1, you know what Pokemon I'm talking about that are going to be a huge problem for us. But yeah, so that's Dugtrio. Go and move on to Sandslash. Sandslash has the best stat distribution of all of them. Does not have great special, but if you look at its moveset, it literally doesn't have access to any special moves at all. Okay, I think the only special move it really has, I think Poison Sting might be special, possibly. But other than that, none of these moves are special. They're all physical, which we have 100 attack, and we have access to Swords Dance. But it does also have the worst starting moveset with Scratch and Sand Attack. And we don't get a really good move until Slash, and then the game, it kind of progresses pretty well after that, but it'll have the slowest start because of that. So, Dugtrio has the best start, Marowak's going to have the kind of the second best start, and then Sandslash will have the slowest start, but it does gain momentum pretty well. So the way this playthrough will be allotted, and I'm going to go and go back to the first slide, the way this playthrough will be done is I will be showing everything in who got things done in what order. So it's like, if you watch the timer at the bottom of the bottom right corner, you're going to see everything's going to be in order of who got it accomplished first, and that's for the most part how we're going to show everything. So, for example, when I jump over to the playthrough, you're going to see Dugtrio first, because Dugtrio gets through Brock's gym the fastest. Then we're going to see Marowak, and then we'll see Sandslash, and the rest of the game will progress that way. Who got through the next, I call them landmark fights. Who got to the next landmark fight, we're going to show next, and so on and so forth until we get to the end of the video. So that's my introduction. We're going to go right over to the playthrough, so enjoy. And as promised, we're going to start off with Dugtrio. Dugtrio named it Sir Dig-a-Lot. Dugtrio starts off with Dig, but also starts off with Scratch, which is a huge advantage for this Pokemon. So, being a ground type, we can't hit flying type with the ground moves early, but with having Scratch, it gives this Pokemon an advantage over let's say Marowak, who doesn't have access to anything other than a ground move. So we're going to go ahead and face our rival. We went ahead and fought Bug Force and then came back here and fought this battle. Got to level 10. That way we can have a 2-shot with Scratch. And we got Sand Attack, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. And Sir Dig-a-Lot, Dig, 1-shot, very good. We beat our rival pretty handily. And it moves us on to Brock's Gym. Now, the biggest thing with that, we actually fought that battle earlier, but we didn't win. But I didn't want to sit there and keep fighting it until we won. I was like, we'll just get some levels, come back. It probably could have been around a 5-minute Brock split if I did that. Maybe if I started over and just did it until I got the right RNG, maybe. But I started these all off and did it right away and didn't have multiple playthroughs. This is the first attempt. I played this a lot. Wakanda forever! And we're facing Brock now. So Brock will be a 1-shot with Geodude with Dig. And then Onix will also be a 1-shot. So, like I said, Dugtrio has an advantage. It has Scratch, so it's able to fight bird types, flying types, without having to deplete power points. And then we move on to Marowak. I don't know why I decided not to put I think the battle was just a foregone conclusion, just like the first one. But I did not include the rival battle. But we named Marowak Waka Waka. And we're fighting all the battles here. Now, what we have to do with Marowak is we have to actually complete all of our power points to beat our second rival fight. So, Bone Club won't hit Flying type. And we have Leer, Growl, and actually, if you watched my prediction video, I had a caveat where I removed Focus Energy. Because then I'd had to have another move that was like 30 power points I had to deplete. Now, this is an advantage because Focus Energy doesn't do what it promises. It's supposed to, make it 4 times more likely for you to get a critical hit. But it makes it 4 times less likely because of a coding error. So removing that is not really an advantage. It just, I think it levels the playing field a little bit. The other 2 moves, Growl and Leer, can actually do things that are helpful in battle, like lower the opposition's defense, lower their attack. So that's actually useful, and it actually does what it says it does. So that's why I didn't remove those. And so in the interest of fairness now, like I said, this Pokemon, you got to deplete the power points. And it's a very powerful Pokemon, but that has to be done for us to beat our second rival. In my playthroughs, you have to beat the second rival fight. It is mandatory. So we're finishing up with this Weedle here. We're depleting our power points. I'm not going to show all the depletion of power points, but you will see the battle where all the power points are deleted. So I'm saving right there, and now I'm going to face this battle. So what we have to use Struggle. Now we have a decent amount of hit points. Probably wanted to get to level 10 before we did this. So Struggle, we hit, and we hit one more time. And we're not going to win this battle. I can see that right now. I don't think we have enough hit points to do it. We're going to try. And one more time. Nope, we'll lose. So we're going to try this battle again. Now, this is, like I said, this could go forever and a day if we get the wrong RNG. But it also can go pretty fast. So right now we're at 8 minutes. And Dugtrio's time was just over 7 minutes. And so we're not even done with with our rival. Now we have plenty of power points now where Struggle. As long as we hit, we should win the battle. Now right there we missed. And there's also now Leech Seed, so if we keep missing, we can lose that battle. However, we don't lose. We get the win over our rival, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Brock's Gym. And Brock's Gym, we're going to face the Pokemon trainer in here, the junior trainer, the Million Light Years trainer, I should say. Bone Club will 1-shot the Diglett, and we're going to go ahead and go for Sandshrew. That guy's a great trainer for this battle, actually. He has access to two of the 3 Pokemon we're playing with in this playthrough. So Wakanda forever and Brock. Bone Club will be a 1-shot on the Geodude. We're level 13, so we're just a level higher than. Now this gets scary because it went for Bide, and I was afraid that if Bide hit us, it might actually knock us out. But we get the win over Brock, and we're going to move on to Sandslash. Now Sandslash, I'm going to go and face the rival battle, and here's why. We start off with our worst moveset. We got Sand Attack and Scratch. That's it. So Scratch isn't going to do too much. So we have to get a little bit more level. We actually have to level up to beat Brock in this, because Scratch is a normal move, not a ground move. So we don't have anything special, anything great. So we actually have to fight a lot of things to get through this. So we're going to show the actual battles against the bug trainers. Okay. We don't have a high level right now. I named him Knuckles. So I think in my original playthrough with Sandshrew and Sandslash, I actually named Sandshrew, I think I named it Sonic, if I remember correctly. So this is Knuckles, a little bit of homage to that. If you don't know, I'm a pretty big retro game fan. Obviously, I'm playing Pokemon 1, Pokemon First Generation. But I also like Sonic was one of my favorite games growing up. Mario, you can't see this, but on my walls around me, I have a bunch of Mario and generation old games and old TV show stuff. This is my room is a nerd room. So we're getting these knockouts of this Pokemon, and like I said, we don't get another move until Slash, and that's at level 17. So we have to survive on Scratch, and I don't remember if we do this or not, but we could also use Struggle where we deplete our power points. It'd be very time consuming, so I doubt we do, but we could do that if we wanted to. Now, we just don't have great options, so we do have to use a lot of time to do a lot of this. I ain't going to show all that time, but I do want you to know that Sandshrew, like I said, early part of the game, he is the slowest one. And that's not because Sandshrew's a bad Pokemon, it's just his level up moveset isn't great. We don't get access to Slash, like I said, till 17. So I don't want to get to level 17 to beat Brock, but that was almost the case with this Pokemon. But we're going to go and face our second rival. Pidgey comes out, we're going to go for Scratch, and it's going to be a 3-shot, so we have to deal with the fact we have great defense, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm not worried about him knocking us out, but having our actually lowered is bad because Bulbasaur is going to eventually probably seed us, and if he seeds us early, he can replenish all of his power, or his health, and if we're missing too much like we're doing right now, we're not going to be able to offset that. So we are a little bit stronger than this Pokemon for sure. We're evolved, and we have higher attack. But if we just hit one more Scratch, we might be able to one-shot. Nope, it's still going to deplete our attack. And he attacks us in this process as well. So we get down to pretty low health, but we do end up getting the win at level 10. Very good. And we have to level up to a higher level to be able to beat Brock and the junior trainer in his gym. Okay? So we're at 7 minutes. So we're just past Dugtrio, not quite to Marowak. And we're level 10. The Diglett in here is not bad. And now we're going to face a Sandshrew. Oh, hey, that's us. And we're just going to Sand Attack to diminish its accuracy so it doesn't Sand Attack us. So Scratch, it's going to be a multi-hit move, but we're going to get the knockout. We're going to beat the Million Light Years trainer, and we're not going to go right to Brock. We got to go out and grind. And this is where this Pokemon has a detriment, so we got to get the we have spent 7 minutes getting up to level, I think it's 15 or 16. Which one is it? 16, there we go. So we get to level 16, and so now we're just doing Sand Attack to make sure Geodude can't attack us. Sand Attack so Geodude can attack us, and now we're going to go for Scratch. And Scratch is going to whittle this Pokemon down. It's going to take a while. I should have sped up the footage on this, but I'm not going to. So this is kind of the hard part about Sandslash. So already there's some Pokemon with, I don't think Dugtrio has it's about it's going to be a 9-minute advantage when this battle's done, 9 to 10 minute advantage. So that's where this Pokemon starts out with it starts out with a deficit. So, okay, so Geodude is halfway knocked out, and we're going to keep going for Scratch. Now, the reason why I waited till level 16, I did not want to take multiple attempts at this. I knew that this attempt was going to take forever to knock both Pokemon out. Okay? It was going to take forever. It was straight up going to. This battle alone, this first Pokemon is taking almost a minute to knock out. And we just need one more good Scratch. There we go. So we have a lot of health left. Now, the problem with Onix. Onix likes to go for a move called Bide. And if you don't know what Bide does, Bide takes the damage you're dealing over the next 2 to 3 turns, and whatever you do on it, it'll deal back to you double. So that's detrimental, okay? I'm not worried about Onix going for tackle. We have great defense. It's only going to do 1 or 2 damage anyway, so I'm not worried about that. I am worried a little bit about Screech because it will lower our defense, but we have such good defense, I'm not as worried about Screech. But Bide is the killer here. Because whatever you do, it bypasses accuracy checks, it bypasses everything. And we don't have a move where we can, and now we're at a point where we're also doing, we don't have a move to do while Bide's initiated. So if Bide's initiated, we just do Sand Attack, no damage is done, so he wastes his turns. But we get down the struggle, we end up beating Brock, we actually get to level 17, get Slash, which is a great move to have going forward, but that's what we got done, and we beat Brock and continue on with the game to the next Pokemon. And with Brock beat by all 3 Pokemon, we're going to go ahead and move on to Route 3. And we're going to showcase how good or bad these Pokemon do in Route 3. Now, I'll sped up the footage because we don't need to see this in real time or at least 4 times speed. So 4 times speed is how I play it, and then I'm doubling the speed. So it's going very fast. Dugtrio is not at a situation where it needs all the levels in the world. So we're going to go through minimum battles on Route 3. And with minimum battles, we're going to go ahead and progress on. And we should get this Pokemon up to level 15 or 16. We'll see here in a second. But it's just obliterating everything. Now, Dig only has 10 power points. So we can't use Dig for every Pokemon. And also, there are some flying type. So we can't use Dig on those. So we're going to save dig, to make sure we can get through all these Pokemon without having to go back and heal. That's the big detriment here. So I want to make sure we don't have to go back and heal. That's the biggest one. So, like I said, time-wise, we're doing great. At 9 minutes and 20-some seconds is how fast we got through Route 3. And hopefully we can get through Mount Moon is where we're at right now. Hopefully we can get through there in a decent time. Now, like I said, we don't add any extra moves. So we are stuck with Dig and Scratch for a decent portion of the game, which isn't a big deal, okay? I'm fighting some battles I think I know I can win. That can be pretty easily won. Dugtrio does not have a lot of health and does not have good defense. So as soon as we start taking physical damage, it could be pretty detrimental for this Pokemon. That's why early in the game I didn't say this, but when I went through Bug Forest, you have to have an antidote. Because if you get poisoned with this Pokemon, its health gets depleted pretty fast. But we're obliterating most things in this. There's not really a lot of competition in this early part of the game because we just have one of the most powerful moves in the game, 150 base power. We're going to get one of the most powerful moves for this Pokemon. Okay, actually it is, but it's 2 turns compared to Earthquake, which is another 150 base power, 150 power with Stab. But it's 1 turn rather than 2, which 2 turns sometimes can be a benefit if you're trying to avoid Pokemon doing something. You can do that. Or if something's going to self-destruct and you dig and you avoid it. So there's some benefits to dig. But we are just obliterating this. And the biggest concern right now is just having the power points to finish off these trainers right now. And we're facing these last 2 guys, Team Rocket and then the Super Duper Nerd, who has some fossils that we want to take. We don't really need the fossils in this playthrough. Actually, we don't need the fossils in any playthrough. But let me know what you think, which fossil I'm going to take. Comments good for YouTube algorithm. So, yeah, we're going to go and beat this Pokemon, this guy. We're going to take the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. And we're going to go ahead and run up here. Now, we could go and face Misty right away. We probably, with good RNG, could beat Misty. But she has pretty good AI, so she's always going to go for a water move. You might get lucky and get a X-Defend. But we're going to face our rival first. So, because we have Scratch, we can actually take on Pidgeotto. We don't have to worry about depleting power points to do it. And Pidgeotto does a lot of damage, so I lose with 3 health, which is fantastic. But Dig, we'll be able to go first, so that's the good side. It didn't sand attack us, so Dig will knock out all 3 of his next 3 Pokemon without an issue. If we took 1 hit, we probably would have been knocked out, but we beat our rival. We go at Nugget Bridge and go talk to Bill. But the biggest thing is going and facing Misty. Now, Misty is the water trainer, and we are high level, so the goal here is to get her, just be faster and knock her out before she knocks us out. She's water type, we are weak to water, and we have low defense, but we have decent special, so we should survive a bubble gun or a water gun. Like I said, we do outspeed. She X defends, but it's not enough. We get the pretty easy win over Misty, and we're going to go ahead and move right on to our next Pokemon, which I believe it was Marowak. So Marowak's going to be the next Pokemon, and we're going to show him on Route 3. Now, Marowak on Route 3 is pretty scary because we only have Bone Club. We actually added Bide just to have another move. Bide, like I said, is not a great move, but it has its use. It has a use with this Pokemon in case we accidentally run in front of a Pokemon with a flying type. Bide is the only thing we have that can hit it, unless we want to deplete power points again, which would be very time consuming. But as you can see, we are doing a pretty good job of blasting through all of this here. Now, the one thing that might happen with Waka Waka or Marowaka, whatever we call it, is we might have to go back and heal. Because having low power points is not a good thing for this, and we actually do. So my hunch was correct. We have to go back and heal real quick, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the biggest deal in the world. We go back and heal, and we really only... That was accidental. We did not want to fight this trainer, but we ended up fighting her anyway. So we're just using Leer, so we don't have to use as many Bone Clubs, save our power points. And we have 2 more trainers on this route, and then we're going to head on to Mount Moon. We're getting up to level 15, actually just level 16. Bone Club will be a 2-shot, 3-shot. We have enough power points to get through. That's why I'm not using Leer right now, because we only have 1 Pokemon after that. And Jigglypuff will be a 2-shot. And in Mount Moon, we do have some things we can pick up with this Pokemon. The first thing we can pick up is Water Gun. So now this gives us another move to attack. If we don't have a great move for flying types, we can revert to Water Gun. And we fight a little bit more trainers here, because Marowak is going to need to overlevel a little bit. Because of its speed, we're going to have to overlevel to make sure its speed kind of paces with the game without being outsped a lot in the mid to later game. So a little bit more battles will be done. I grabbed some key items here. HP up is good to sell for when we need to buy another move somewhere else, or even get our stats increased. So this Pokemon later in the game, we're probably going to buy some cards. Makes our speed go up. And like I said, we need to be a little bit higher level because we don't have the speed. That battle against Misty is completely different with Marowak because we don't outspeed Misty unless we're a higher level. Okay, so that's pretty much why we're fighting as many battles as we can. We also want to fight battles I know we can win. That's the key part. So like there's an Oddish trainer up here who has Absorb, and I'm afraid to fight her, so I'm not going to fight her. Right there, I'm going to avoid her because she has Oddish, and I think she has Oddish and Bellsprout, but it might just be Oddish. So we get Mega Punch, so now we have some pretty good move diversity. So that's one advantage that Marowak has. Like I said, Mega Punch is great. We don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to hit something because it's ground type or whatever. Now, both these moves, Mega Punch and Bone Club, have 85% accuracy. I don't like that. But Water Gun does not have that, but that goes off our special stat, which isn't great right now. So you can see that there's this, but that. Some good and bad. It counters itself. It's like right now we're going to face this Geodude. And I did not add Water Gun to my moveset. Either I did and I removed it and I forgot about it. Not a big deal. We don't fight a lot of ground trainers anyway. But that was what my intent was with that guy, was use Water Gun. Those fights are pretty simple. But we're progressing. We got Eradicate coming up. We knock him out pretty easy. And we need to heal up a little bit. There we go. We have 2 more trainers, just like we had with Dugtrio. And we're going to knock him out pretty easy. Mega Punch. And like I said, just the downside of these two is that both these moves are not 100% accurate. They're 85% accurate. So you have the chance to miss a lot. But we get the win regardless. And we're going to choose a Dome Fossil again. All hail the Dome Fossil. And we're going to face our rival. Now, our rival's going to come out with a Pidgeotto. We have Mega Punch. We can now hit it without having to complete our power points. It's a 2-shot. We did get our accuracy lowered, which sucks because we have horrible accuracy with this Pokemon already. Now, Abra can't do anything, so that's not a big deal. Rattata can't really do anything. We do have great defense, so it's not going to do much anyway, so I'm not worried about Rattata. Now, Bulbasaur can be scary because one has Vine Whip and also has Leech Seed, but we power through the Leech Seed and we beat him. And we go all the way to Bill's house, but this Pokemon trainer is important for this one. So Marowak and Sandslash don't start off with Dig, so we have to acquire Dig throughout the game. And we were at nice hit points there. So beating this trainer right here will give us Dig. And now we have a very powerful ground move, even more powerful than Bone Club, that'll let us beat Misty. Now we had to get to a lot higher level at 26 minutes. So Staryu comes out. We're gonna go for Dig. We do outspeed the Staryu, so that's good. And Starmie comes out. We don't outspeed Starmie. And with Dig, it's not a one-hit, but we get very close. And if we had missed it, it would have been bad. But we do beat Misty. Barely beat Misty, but we do beat her at level 26. And now we're going to move on to Sandslash. Now, Sandslash just got a great move that really unlocks this Pokemon. Slash has a lot of power points, and it also has the propensity to make the critical hit. There we go. I can't speak. It's 4:57 in the morning, and I'm having problems speaking. I'm just kidding. But like I said, we obliterate everything here. We do minimum battles. We don't have to fight extra battles. We had to overlevel to beat Brock anyway. So at this point in the game, we are I would say we're very overleveled because we had to overlevel to beat Brock. We're at level 18, and we're obliterating this part of the game. But we also need to do exactly what we did with the other Pokemon. We do have to get to Dig before we can beat Misty. We might be able to beat Misty with Slash, but I don't want to chance it and have this Pokemon have some time kind of depleted out of it. It's already at a deficit because of how long it took to beat Brock, so I don't want to waste any time. We are going to face some trainers in here, but not a lot, just because they're very quick to do. I'm not going to face some extra ones. It's not necessary with this Pokemon. Not to mention, some trainers are going to have bad Pokemon, like the hiker that I fought earlier with Marowak. So this trainer, I know we're going to knock it out in one shot. That's the only reason I fought it. Okay, it is a Bellsprout and an Oddish, so good. I did know those. Okay, so I do know things. So we're gonna knock out it. Like I said, this is gonna be it's gonna be a knockout party, a Oko party with Sandslash, because Slash is so prevalent and so powerful. And now we're running out of power points. We did just pick up an Ether, so we're probably gonna need to use that to finish out this area. We're gonna use Super Potions. By the way, or Super Repel. By the way, I do use repels. That is something I coded into the game. That way, like, wild encounters aren't something that's it's not it's a non-controllable if you don't have repels, but if you have repels, it's controllable, so you can avoid wild encounters to slow down a Pokemon that might already be slow and make its time worse. So we get the Dome Fossil. Oh hell, the Dome Fossil. We're going to face our rival, and our rival is going to be pretty much a cakewalk. Pidgeotto is going to come out. Like I said, we're already over leveled. Slash will be almost a one shot. We do get Sand Attack, not a big deal. We're going to knock out the Abra in one shot, very good. We're going to knock out the Rattata in one shot, very good. And now the last one, which is Bulbasaur. Is it a one shot? It is a one shot, very good. We beat Bulbasaur, and just like with Marowak, we're going to get Dig. And once we have Dig, we can actually face Misty. Misty is the water type trainer as per tradition. And we're going to go for Staryu, we're going to go for Dig. Dig will one shot the Staryu, very good. And now do we one shot the Starmie? I doubt it because she just went for X Defend. However, does not do a lot of damage to us at all. So we beat Misty and we progress on, and now we're almost caught up with the rest of the Pokemon. With Misty in our rearview mirror, we're going to go and progress on to the SSN, where every Pokemon will get a quality of life upgrade. Once we beat this youngster here, we can get a TM8, which is Body Slam. A 85 base power move, 100% accurate, has the possibility or the chance of paralyzing the opposition as well. Very good move. Like Dugtrio right now had Scratch and Dig. Now it has Scratch and Body Slams, or Dig and Body Slam. So that's its best move set we have. We knock out the Pidgeotto in 2 shots. It was a 5 or 6 shot with Scratch earlier on the Nugget Bridge. So big quality of life upgrade there. Body Slam on the Eradicate, 1 shot. Body Slam on the Kadabra, 1 shot. And the final Pokemon, which is Ivysaur, 1 shot, very good. Level 27, level up, just under 25 minutes. And now we're facing Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge is the electric trainer, so every one of these Pokemon should obliterate him. Dig is a 1 shot. The only downside is maybe some of our Pokemon may not outspeed his Pokemon, but he doesn't really have anything that's going to hit us except for Sonic Boom, and I don't even think in this version Raichu has Mega Punch. But we beat Lieutenant Surge with Dugtrio, and we're going to move on to with Marowak. Now Marowak, it definitely is a quality of life upgrade for him to get a Body Slam because it's better than Mega Punch. Mega Punch is not severely inaccurate, but it's 85% accurate, so definitely be better to have a move that's more accurate. So Body Slam will be an improvement for him, and we're going to face our rival on the SSN as per tradition. And Pidgeotto comes out. Body Slam should be a 2 shot, very good. No Sand Attack there, so that's good. 1 shot on the Eradicate. 1 shot on the Kadabra. We did not outspeed, so there we go. Ivysaur, it would be a 2 shot, and it goes to Cetus. We get the knockout. 2 shot victory, very good. And we're going to face Lieutenant Surge again. Lieutenant Surge, not great. Like I said, he might outspeed us. Voltorb might outspeed us here. Yep, it does. So it does lower our defense, but we get the Dig knockout in 1 hit, very good. Pikachu, we do not get outsped. 1 shot in 1 hit, very good. Raichu's up. It should outspeed us. Can go for Growl, which is going to diminish our attack, but we still get the 1 shot nonetheless. Lieutenant Surge done and dusted, and now Sandslash. We're going to go ahead and knock out this youngster with him. Slash is still a 1 shot, very good. So this Pokemon, we have Slash and Dig. Now we're going to add Slash, Dig, and Body Slam. So we have 2 good physical moves that will do a lot of damage, and then, well normal moves should say, not physical, because Dig is also a physical move. So we're going to get the knockout over Pidgeotto. It's going to be a 1 shot, I think. Maybe we're going to go for Slash. Yes, okay. 1 shot with Slash, very good. We're also going to go for Slash on the Eradicate. We get hit a little bit, no big deal. Slash on the Kadabra. We do outspeed, which is good. Level up, and Slash is a 1 shot on the Ivysaur. Very good. We move on to Lieutenant Surge. And we're going to go ahead and beat Lieutenant Surge pretty good as well. Question is, do we outspeed the Voltorb? He's not going to do anything that knocks us out, but I'm just out of my own curiosity. Do we outspeed? We are 8 levels higher. We should outspeed. Knockout on the Voltorb, knockout on the Pikachu, and then our final Pokemon we have to face, Slash, is a knockout on the Raichu. So we're not even using Dig yet. It's our best stab move, and we're not even using Dig that much. Slash is very, very, very effective, and we're going to go beat him, progress on, and we're going to face Giovanni with all these Pokemon. Dugtrio is still leading. So Dig will be a 1 shot on the Onix, very good. Rhyhorn will also be a 1 shot. And with that being said, Kangaskhan will not be a 1 shot with Dig. Okay, and we run out of power points, so we got to use another move. Body Slam, get the knockout, very good. Not a tough battle at all. So we beat Giovanni with Dugtrio at 32 minutes. we're going to go and face right into our battle with our rival. Now, this battle with our rival can be scary. I'm not scared of Pidgeotto. We have Rock Slide, it's a one-shot. But if we don't knock out the Gyarados in one hit, he will use Hydro Pump and do that every time. He will knock us out. So we're going to try this battle again and hopefully get a little bit better RNG. So, Rock Slide, one-shot again. And then we're going to go for Gyarados Rock Slide. It does get a one-shot. We got a little better. It's a range there. So the first time was a range. Now I'm not too worried about the rest of the battle. We're going to one-shot both the Kadabra and the Growlithe. And then we're going to two-shot the Ivysaur. Was not concerned about that at all. Marowak, 37 minutes is where we're at right now. And you're going to see, not too far behind Marowak is Sandslash. So we're going to get the knockout Bubble Beam on both of his Rock-type Pokemon. And then we're going to go for Dig on Kangaskhan. It's not a one-shot. Kangaskhan can do a decent amount of damage, but not enough that's going to be detrimental or scary. We're at level 34. We're going to go face our next rival fight, but Sandslash was right behind him, so I thought I'd show this battle first. So Sandslash taking on Giovanni. Dig is a one-shot on the Onix. Dig is going to be a one-shot on the Rhyhorn. Is Dig going to be a one-shot on the Kangaskhan? I doubt it. Nope, it's not, but Rage doesn't do squat to us. Knock it out, very good. Probably just gone for Slash and knocked it out, whatever. But we're going to face our rival because we had to go train a little bit with Marowak. So that's why Sandslash is here. It actually beats him to this battle. That's why I told you I'm doing everything in order. So Gyarados will be a one-shot. Pidgeotto was a one-shot. Growlithe will be a one-shot with Slash. I'm not too worried about this rival battle. Kadabra, one-shot, very good. Ivysaur, one-shot, very good. We obliterate our rival fight here. I think it's rival number 5. And then Marowak had to train a little bit. Marowak is not going to outspeed. And Marowak has to one-shot Gyarados, or it's going to get knocked out by Hydro Pump. I knew that Dugtrio would outspeed, so I wasn't worried about Dugtrio doing this. But as you can see, we're at 38 minutes, and we have to train a little bit. We have to do a little bit of training. So for the record, Sandslash does not have to go to this area to train. So this Pokemon and Dugtrio both had to go in here and get some extra levels because they weren't hitting some ranges. And as the Pokemon progress, certain things happen. They were able... So, for example, Dugtrio has a low defense. As you get in the game, sometimes you're not one-shotting everything. And when you're not one-shotting everything, people can attack you, and you don't have a lot of health, and sometimes you get knocked out. But this Pokemon, we're actually right below the level threshold of these two. So Dig will be a two-shot on both of them. We do get the win, and we're going to finally face our rival battle in Pokemon Tower with Marowak. So Marowak is the one Pokemon that does not get access to Rock Slide. And that's the problem here, is we don't get access to Rock Slide. So we do survive a Hydro Pump, which is good. But we don't have access to Rock Slide, so we have nothing great against Gyarados. That is this Pokemon's biggest detriment, is we don't have something great against Gyarados. We do, however, get the win. We progress on. So I consider rival number 5 our midway point in the game. And so now we're progressing to the rest of the gym leaders and such. We're facing Koga right now. This will be a pretty easy battle. We picked up Earthquake. So Dugtrio still has, I wouldn't say a commanding lead, but does have a pretty good lead. 36 minutes is where we're at right now. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to one-shot everything except for the Weezing. Weezing will be a two-shot. We're at level 39, so that's right around the level threshold for this for Koga. And we circle back and we're going to face Erica. Erica is the grass gym leader. We didn't want to face her until I knew we could one-shot. We just don't want to take a chance. Razor Leaf from Victory Bell can one-shot us every single time because of how low our special, or how low our health is in general. But we get one-shots across the board. Erica is not a difficult fight at all. We get a little bit overzealous and a little bit cocky, and we're like, you know, let's just go face our rival in Silph Coast, see what's up. And what's up is we're not going to beat this Pokemon at all, beat this trainer at all, because Gyarados is not a one-shot, and that's our best move against Gyarados, and it doesn't even come close. It barely does half damage. So we're going to be like, okay, we'll come back to that. But until then, we're going to face Koga with Sandslash. Now, Sandslash has accumulated 2 moves that we didn't add Earthquake yet because we wanted to wait and use Dig for a while. It's going to be very helpful for a little bit to move around faster. But we did acquire Swords Dance. What Swords Dance does, it ups your attack stat by 2 stages. You can do it 3 times. But it also does the Badge Boost, which makes this Pokemon very, very formidable. Its special goes up, but its speed is the most important thing that goes up because we don't have to over-level to outspeed things, whereas some Pokemon do, like for example, Marowak does. So now Dugtrio is facing Blaine. Blaine will be pretty much a sweep, except for one Pokemon. I think one Pokemon does not get one shot. So Rapidash is a one shot, very good. Is Arcanine a one shot? It is a one shot, very good. So we go 4 knockouts, 4 OHKOs, beat Blaine pretty handily. We're gonna dig out of here, and we're just gonna dig into the next battle, which is Marowak finally taking on Koga. So like I said, a little bit of a time detriment for Marowak. It's 42 minutes, and he's facing a gym leader that the other two faced already, and with even more things done. So Coughing is a knockout with Earthquake. We did add Earthquake. I'm going to tell you that we did add Earthquake. So now we have our most powerful move we can get, and we beat Koga pretty handily. So he wasn't really detrimental at all. It wasn't really tough. So what we're going to do with that, though, we're going to beat Koga, and we're going to progress on to the next battle. And what's going to be is Sandslash taking on Blaine. So the first Pokemon to come out with Blaine is Growlithe. Growlithe is great to set up on. So Swords Dance, which will increase our speed to make sure we outspeed the Rapidash and the Arcanine. They're both very fast Pokemon. Body Slam is a one-shot on the Growlithe. Body Slam is a one-shot on the Ponyta. Rapidash is a one-shot as well. Is the Arcanine a one-shot? We do not outspeed. Keep that in mind. We did Badge Boost a little bit, and we still didn't outspeed. So that's insane. But now we're going to go and circle back and face rival number 6 with Dugtrio. We are a couple levels higher. We're actually way higher level than he is now. So we're going to go ahead and go for Rock Slide. It's a one-shot. Oh my gosh, it's not a one-shot now. If we're not going to one-shot the Dugtrio, I highly doubt we're going to, or the Pidgeot, we're not going to one-shot the Gyarados. So he does miss a Hydro Pump, thank goodness. And now I'm actually confident within the battle now. The Gyarados is the one detrimental thing. He's going to one-shot if he goes for Hydro Pump. So he missed, thank goodness, and we're able to beat the rest of the team. Vine Whip doesn't do enough, not nearly enough, and Venusaur is knocked out. We do level up to level 47, very nice. And we beat our rival there, and Sandslash is right behind him. He's literally on his tail by like a minute. Actually a couple seconds. I think they finished this battle by a couple seconds. So we get Sand Attack going for Swords Dance. So we set up all the way to +3. Actually, it's +6, but we get 3 Swords Dances in. Rock Slide on the Gyarados is a one-shot. Everything will be a one-shot once we're set up. The only thing we got to worry about is missing because we got Sand Attacked by the Pidgeotto. Or Pidgeot. Is it Pidgeot or Pidgeot? I think we're at Pidgeot at this point. We one-shot the Alakazam, and do we one-shot the Venusaur? And we almost get one-shot by Venusaur. That's not fun, but Body Slam is a one-shot. We barely win this battle, which was concerning to me, but we're going to face our second Giovanni fight. This will be very easy for Dugtrio. Now it's just more ground type. Earthquake's a one-shot. Kangaskhan is not a one-shot, but he doesn't really do much with Comet. He's getting critical hits, so Comet Punch is actually pretty detrimental. Could have been a lot worse. If it was a 5-hit, we might have lost that. We'll get the knockout on Rhyhorn. Now Nidoqueen comes out, and it's also a one-shot. So Dugtrio is having some struggles, but he actually obliterates this battle pretty well. He's got a couple gym leaders left. But Sandslash, like I said, is right on his tail. It's only behind by like a minute or two. So Nidorino comes out. Nidorino, whatever you want to call it. Dig is a one-shot. We should not have the Badge Boost to win this battle. Okay, we shouldn't have the Badge Boost at all. Body Slam, it's a 2-shot. We're going to go for Dig on the Rhyhorn. It's a one-shot, and then we have one Pokemon left. It should also be a one-shot. She's actually pretty bulky, so we might actually... Nope, okay, we get the knockout. Sometimes you have to take more than one hit to knock out the Nidoqueen. And now Marowak is at 47 minutes. While the other Pokemon have beaten this gym leader and are moving on, Marowak is just now facing Blaine. So, one-shot. Rapidash is a one-shot. We do not outspeed, but he just Badge Boosted us. He went for Tail Whip, which lowers our defense, but ups our speed. And we get knocked out by a Fire Blast. That's fun. Earthquake, one-shot, very good. Ponyta, one-shot, very good. So Tail Whip's not the worst. It does make our attack better, but Super Potion is much better because it doesn't lower our defense, and we get the one-shot without taking any damage. And we obliterate his team the second attempt. So second attempt victory, pretty good victory, and now we have surpassed Dugtrio. Dugtrio is slowing down because we have to go get some levels from the Karate Dojo from Cobra Kai. Strike fast, strike hard, Cobra Kai. And so now we have Badge Boosted. There we go, and we are one-shotting her entire team with Body Slam, and we beat Sabrina and her Whip and move on. Sandslash, like I said, is overtaking Dugtrio and is now in the lead. So now Dugtrio is now behind Sandslash. So Dugtrio now takes on Sabrina and her whip. Dugtrio had to face a lot of the trainers in here because we wanted to get some extra levels because we don't have the luxury of a badge boost with Dugtrio. So we have to make sure we get our attack stat higher by being higher level. So we have to have that to make sure we get through the Elite Four without having to take a lot of resets. So we do get the knockout. Marowak now goes and faces Erica. And Erica, we wanted to make sure we outsped. Because if we don't outspeed with this Pokemon, it's going to be very hard to beat this Pokemon. Like I said, Victory Bell has Razor Leaf. It can one-shot us. It can also put us to sleep. So this, and look at this. This is a Tangela. It's giving us some problems. But we do get the one-shot on 2 of the Pokemon. Tangela wasn't the one-shot, but it was a 2. So Sandslash now actually faces Erica. But we just waited till we could outspeed Erica to make sure it was a foregone conclusion. I don't want to spend time doing badge boosts with Erica. She'll put you to sleep. She could hit a critical Razor Leaf and knock us out. So it's about time conservation. Okay, we're going to conserve our time and make sure we're not wasting time doing dumb things in this game. So with that being said, Sandslash is the first one to get to the last gym leader, which is Giovanni. He will obliterate Giovanni. We're going to set up with Swords Dance, go for Guard Spec. Once that happens, that's a guaranteed win for us, pretty much. Earthquake's a one-shot on the Rhyhorn, very good. Dugtrio's a one-shot, very good. I think we're out of power points, so we don't get to use our best move against Nidoqueen. We'll go for Body Slam, still a one-shot. Nidoking, Body Slam, still a one-shot. And the last Pokemon is Rhydon, which, Rhydon. We're going to go ahead, we paralyze it. We really don't have a great move against Rhydon. We ran out of power points, but it's okay. We still get the win. We still get a very convincing win. And now Dugtrio is hot on our trail, but it's still a couple minutes behind Sandslash. So Rhyhorn comes out. We're going to go ahead and go for an Earthquake. We should pretty much just Earthquake this entire team and beat it. We outspeed his Dugtrio. We outspeed his Nidoqueen. As long as we outspeed and can Earthquake, we're pretty much going to one-shot anything we come across. Now the final Pokemon, which is Rhydon. We might not one-shot it, no, but Guard Spec, we're going to win. So that happens. So now we're going to move right along to, I believe we're going to move right along to our rival battle. Yeah, so it's the last rival of the game before the Elite Four. Rival number 7, I think is what it is. So Pidgeot comes out. We're going to go for Swords Dance. We do not have to worry about being sand attacked anymore, so it's a free setup. And we're going to go for Rock Slide. It's a one-shot on the Pidgeot. Very good. Rhyhorn is going to be a one-shot with Earthquake. Very good. Gyarados comes out. We're going to go for Rock Slide. It's a one-shot. Very good. Now, the biggest concerns I've had are gone. The biggest concern I had, while we don't outspeed the Alakazam, that's concerning, but it is what it is. Alakazam is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, so it's not a big deal. So we beat our rival. Very good. And we're going to move right along to Dugtrio's rival battle. So like I said, these two are neck and neck, pretty close to each other. And we're going to face Pidgeot. And Pidgeot, we're going to mimic agility. So we have to take the time to mimic agility. And what this does is one of those badge boosts. It makes us faster. We don't need to be faster. But it does make our physical attack better, our special better, and even our defense gets better. Earthquake will be a one-shot on the Rhyhorn. So the big question is, do we outspeed the Gyarados? And we do one-shot it. Very good. The question wasn't outspeeding the Gyarados. Let me rephrase that. It was about, like, do we one-shot the Gyarados? We definitely outspeed the Gyarados. What's crazy about Gyarados is Magikarp has like 80, I think it's like 86 speed or 87 speed. And when you evolve into Gyarados, it only goes up 1 stat point. It's insane. But we do get the win over our rival and progress to Elite Four. And with Sandslash and Dugtrio, we're moving on to the Elite Four, but I want to go to the stats before we go into the Elite Four with both Pokemon. So, Sandslash has an attack of 162, so great. Defense is 170, very good. Speed is 122, pretty solid. And speed a special 109. Special 109 is only for defense, really. We don't have any special moves, so that's good. So that's what the stats we have going into the Elite Four. And we're moving in with also this moveset. Body Slam, Earthquake, Swords Dance, Rock Slide. Got something for everything here. And we can also badge boost with Swords Dance. It's a very good, very powerful move. So let's go ahead and we're going to take on the Elite Four. So the first member of the Elite Four is Lorelei. Lorelei is the Ice Trainer, so we actually don't have a great advantage here. However, it's going to come out with Dugong Gong Gong. And Dugong we're going to set up on. Actually, we're going to go for Rock Slide so we can get the one-shot. So we start off detrimentally with some damage. It's going to go for Rest. Every second turn, it usually goes for Rest. It's like a 90% chance or something like that. So we get a couple Swords Dances in. And Rock Slide's going to be a 2-shot or 1-shot on both of them. And now Earthquake will be a one-shot on the Slowbro. So we have 2 Pokemon left. A good physical move would knock out Jinx. Question is, do we knock out the Lapras? And we do. So we obliterate Lorelei. Could have been a little bit scary early, got almost down to half health. But we do beat her and progress right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much, especially when we have a game like this, but we're not going to have too much of a problem. Bruno's going to start out with an Onyx, which doesn't have a great move against us, so it gives us a free setup. Swords Dance 1, Swords Dance 2, and Swords Dance 3. The reason why we're doing 3 is we're going to level up in the middle of this battle, which is going to undo some of our stats we're increasing. Okay, it's going to happen, and when that happens, we get some of our stats get reset, but the physical attack stat won't. So nope, I guess we're not going to level up. Maybe it's the end of this battle. Is it the end of this battle? Nope, we don't actually. I must have leveled up against Lorelei. But we're going to go right on to Agatha. Now, Agatha, we do need to heal. I'm pretty confident in this. Maybe we won't heal. Nope, we're not going to heal. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised at that. We have 109 health, and maybe we're just going to knock out one shot. Earthquake will be a one shot as soon as we hit it. We're going to go for 1 Swords Dance. We went for 2, we got cocky. So we're going to get knocked out here. We're getting knocked out. We should have gone for 1. It probably would have been enough to knock out the Gengar, but we're going to get knocked out here. Very good. We did save, thank goodness. But I don't think we are absolutely necessary that we heal, because all we gotta do is knock out the first Gengar and we're pretty much set with this battle. So we're gonna try this again. And Agatha's gonna come out. We got the Agatha Lottery, man. She can confuse you, put you to sleep, paralyze you, poison you, all those things. And, yeah, she just confused us. So, yep. And we're put to sleep now. And fun. That actually helped us out a lot, because she could have used Dream Eater and just obliterated us, but Rock Slide is a one-shot on the Golbat. Gengar comes out. We're going to go for Earthquake. One shot, very good. We level up. That's great. Earthquake, one shot, very good. And Arbok will be a one-shot as well. And the last Pokemon, she can't put us to sleep, so all we got to do is knock it out. We just don't want her to go for something like a Nightshade would have knocked us out there. But we do beat Agatha pretty handily. And so now we're progressing on to the one that's going to be the most detrimental for most of these Pokemon, and that is Lance. So Lance is going to come out. Lance has Dragon-type Pokemon, but his first Pokemon is Gyarados. Now, Gyarados is the scary one. We're going to go for Rock Slide right away. Hydro Pump does not one-shot us, but we don't one-shot him either. So we get a knockout here, and we're going to reset. We're going to go back and fight this again. A little bit of RNG, and all these battles could have been first try victories. But it's okay. We're at 57 minutes, so just at 58 minutes, just about. We're going to do 1 Swords Dance. I'm going to go for Body Slam, which would be a 2-shot. Okay, we're going to go for Rock Slide, which would be a 1-shot. Very good. So the biggest problem we have is already out of the way. We're going to go for Swords Dance again. Dragonair can't really do much to me. Dragon Rage is probably its best move. Earthquake will be a 1-shot. Earthquake will 1-shot the second Dragonair. Now we can't use Earthquake again because both these Pokemon, next two Pokemon are flying. Rock Slide is a 1-shot on the Aerodactyl, and then Rock Slide is a 1-shot on the Dragonite. So we do get the win over Lance. Pretty convincing win once you get past the Gyarados. But the first time Gyarados, if we just got some right RNG, we probably would have knocked out in the first hit. And then, so now we're replenishing our power points. We also should give it a rare candy. That way we don't level up in battle. Come on. We're saving right now. And I didn't give that last rare candy. That's kind of stupid of me, but whatever. We're just going to go fight this battle, and we're just trying to get this under 1 hour. So, Pidgeot comes out. We're going to go ahead and set up a Swords Dance. Very good. 1, 2, and it's going to go for a Sky Attack. We're just going to go and knock it out right now with Rock Slide. So we're plus 4 technically, but we did 2 Swords Dances. We're going to go for Body Slam. It does outspeed us. It does hit us with Psychic, but we do knock it out in 1 hit. And I'm going to go for Swords Dance one more time. And Earthquake. Kind of could have sat there and racked up my some more stats, but I didn't. Rock Slide is a 1-shot. Very good with Gyarados. And then now we're going to go ahead and hit the Arcanine. Now we do outspeed the Arcanine. We're same level, but the Badge Boosting did make us outspeed. And so the last Pokemon, which is probably the scariest. No, actually Gyarados is scariest, but we do knock out the Venusaur, and we just tap and tap and tap and trying to get our Elite 4 time. And here we go. Come on, just tap, 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 tap. Want to get it under 59 or under 60 minutes. Come on, hurry up. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. We're getting under 59 or under 60 minutes. That's the goal here. Probably could do a lot faster if I tried again. So 59 minutes and 53 seconds is where we end the game with Sandslash. So I'm showing this in chronological in order. So you know that this is the Pokemon that wins the battle. So Sandslash comes in first at 59 minutes and 53 seconds. So very good for Sandslash. Did a great job. Honestly, could have done a lot better. In hindsight, when I didn't do multiple playthroughs, I did a first try with each one. So I probably could have done a little bit better with Sandslash if I tried a little bit harder and just kind of mapped out the game a little bit better. But we'll take the victory, and it's a good victory. And so with that victory being done, we're going to progress on, and we're going to go ahead and look at Dugtrio's Elite Four battle here in just a second. And as soon as it goes through, yep, there we go. So there's Dugtrio. So we're going to look at Dugtrio's stats. So its stats at level 64. Attack is 156, a very good attack. Defense is 109. Decent. It's okay for, Elite Four. Speed is 205, so we're going to outspeed everything. And special is 140. Having a special 140 is great if we actually had a special move, but we don't. So it is what it is. But stats, pretty solid across the board. And then when you look at its moveset, we have Earthquake, Body Slam, Rock Slide, and Mimic. So pretty much the same as Sandslash, but Mimic is in place of Swords Dance because we need to mimic badge boosting moves. We also need to mimic some other things. But let's go ahead and face this rival, or this Elite Four, and see how good Dugtrio does. It's at 57 minutes, so I don't think it's not gonna be around the same time as Sandslash, but now we're gonna go ahead and face Lorelei. She comes out with a Dugong, and the goal with Dugong is just knock out Dugong as fast as humanly possible. Okay, knock it out, very good. Okay, Cloyster's gonna come out. We're gonna go for Rock Slide. It's super effective. We just don't want to get hit by Clamp. The Super Potion is the perfect thing for it to do. Slowbro comes out. We're gonna go for Mimic. We're gonna mimic Amnesia. Okay, Amnesia will up our special, but it also will up our other stats. So we have it's a very good move and makes all of our moves extremely powerful. Go for Body Slam. It gets critical hit. One more Body Slam, knock it out. Jinx will be a one-shot with Body Slam or Earthquake, whichever one. It's a one-shot. And the question is, do we knock out the Lapras? We don't knock out the Lapras. Ice Blizzard does nothing because our special is so boosted right now. Our defense is so high on our special. So we beat Lorelei. It's not like a super convincing win because we did a lot of our health knocked out, and all it took was a critical hit or me to miss something, and we could have lost that battle pretty easily. But we'll take the win and we'll move on to Bruno. We don't talk about him much, but we're going to go ahead and mimic Harden off of Onyx. What Harden does is it ups our defense, but again, does the Badge Boast Glitch. So that's what we're doing. Now, Rage is accumulating, so I don't want it to get too bad. We just did 3 Badge Boosts. Our speed is already very high, but our attack's so high we should knock out everything. Now our stats just got reset, but our attack stat is still very high, and our defense is still very high. So knocking out the Onyx. Now we have 1 Pokemon left. We will outspeed. Do we one-shot? We do not. It goes for nothing, and we knock it out. Beating Bruno pretty handily. We don't like him. We don't talk about him. We're going to go ahead and we're going to face Agatha. We can do a full restore just to be safe. Elixir just to be safe. And 1 rare candy just to be safe. So we're going to go and face her. We outspeed already, so we just have to hit Earthquake. She should be obliterated because we just have to hit Earthquake on the first Gengar. The first Gengar to me is the biggest crux of this battle. If you don't knock out the first Gengar right away, it puts you to sleep. It really cascades from that Pokemon. So Gengar will be a one-shot, like I said. Golbat will be a one-shot as well with Rock Slide. Haunter will be a Rock Slide was an accident. We should have gone for Earthquake, but it's okay. Arbok, go up the Earthquake. There we go. Use the good move. Don't use the dumb move. And one shot on the last Gengar. Very good. Don't take any damage. 169 hit points. Don't take a shred of damage. And so now here comes the one that can be tricky for this Pokemon specifically. Okay? This Pokemon specifically is we have to face a Gyarados who's going to go for Hydro Pump every time. It has good AI. It's going to go for Hydro Pump every time. You might get lucky and it might go for something else, but it's going to go for Hydro Pump every time. And the AI in this game, Hydro Pump works like 100% move compared to how it works with us. Rock Slide is not a one-shot. Hydro Pump, we get knocked down to low health. We do get the 2-shot, but the problem is to beat the rest of the game, we're going to have to Badge Boost. And Agility, we're going to get Agility, and it just has to hit us one time. And, we don't get knocked out. So maybe Earthquake will let us steamroll through this playthrough. So that's a 1 knockout. That's 1 knockout. So that's 2 knockouts, 2 Okos. And Rock Slide will one-shot the Aerodactyl. Do we one-shot the Dragonite is the question. We do not. It misses a Hydro. That is such RNG right there. That is the luckiest RNG I think I've seen in a long time for a Pokemon. we should not have won this battle. We should have been beaten by the first Dragonair when it hit Slam. If it just gone for Dragon Rage, it'd have won. So we got very lucky there. So we'll take the luck. We've had some bad luck in some playthroughs, so you always want to take the good luck when you get it. Is that consistent? No. But we are just past Dugtrio, Sandslash. Sandslash was 59 minutes and like 50-some seconds. So we're just past it, and we just have this last rival battle right here. And so this battle is also a little bit of RNG. So Pidgeot, you can't really do anything on Pidgeot other than knock it out. So Rock Slide will be a 2-shot. Wing Attack does a little bit of damage, but chip damage, not really much. Alakazam comes out. We're going to Mimic. We want to Mimic Recover or Psychic. So if you Mimic Recover, you can replenish health. If you Mimic Psychic, we have a great move to use against someone later. Okay? So that's the benefit here. Now, I use this tactic all the time. I'll use Recover, and then what I'll do is Rhydon. Rhydon will use a move that we know is not going to be super effective. He's not going to outspeed us, so he can't one-shot us with like a Fissure or a Horn Drill or whatever. But he can use Fury Attack like that and hit us. But what I want him to do is Leer. Leer will up our stats. It'll increase our attack. It'll lower our defense, but it'll increase our other stats. So if we just hit Rock Slide... No, we can't use our... Oh my god, that was so stupid. Oh, that was so stupid. We misclicked. It could have been a first try victory if we didn't be stupid and misclick like that. Very stupid. Dumb. But the premise is there. The strategy is there. It's just execution was not bad. I misclicked, and that's how critical misclick can be in a playthrough. So Body Slam, Rock Slide gets the knockout. We're at full health going into the Alakazam. We're going to Mimic, and we're going to Mimic Psychic or Recover, whichever one, but we're going to go for Psychic. In hindsight, maybe I should have gone for Recover. That's just me. Because Recover would replenish our health while we're also getting the Badge Boost done. Okay, so Tail Whip, good. Tail Whip hit again. So stats are good. Tail Whip hit again, that's 3. So now we have low defense, but our special speed and our physical attack stat is very high right now. So that gets us a 1-shot on the Gyarados. We did not misclick this time. Arcanine, we're definitely going to outspeed. Earthquake is a 1-shot. We just don't want to level up in battle. And Venusaur, is it a 1-shot? It is not a 1-shot. Mega Drain doesn't do that much. Our special's boosted. So get an Earthquake and we get the knockout. We're going to tap and getting this right under 1 hour and 4 minutes. Tap. Come on, hurry up. Hurry. Come on, shut up, Oak. And we're just right over 1 hour and 4 minutes. So 1 hour and 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So not bad. It's about a 4 minute and couple second window between Dugtrio and Sandslash. Like I said, Sandslash started off with a huge detriment, so it caught up pretty quick. The big thing between these two Pokemon is the fact that it gets access to Sword Dance. It really compensates for a lot of its deficiencies. It has low speed, Sword Dance, now you outspeed things. It already has a high attack, but the attack just gets better and makes it so any move it has is an OHKO and you can just sweep teams. But Dugtrio has a respectable time of 1 hour and 4 minutes. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish off this with Marowak. So now let's talk about Marowak. Marowak, we're going into our 6th rival battle at 57 minutes. This is past when both the Dugtrio and Sandslash had entered the Elite Four and started the Elite Four battle. So Gyarados will be a 2-shot with Body Slam. Luckily we get a miss. Good RNG. We'd like it. We'll level 51. We'll go ahead and knock out Growlithe with the Bubble Beam. And we're going to knock out Alakazam with the Body Slam. Now, do we knock out the Venusaur in 1 shot? I doubt we do. Originally takes us down to yellow health. But we do get the knockout. And we beat our rival. And after we beat our rival, we're going to go and progress right on to Giovanni. Giovanni should be a pretty easy cakewalk. Nothing he has is going to do a lot of damage against me. We have great defense. And we have some pretty good moves as well. And we're going to go for Earthquake. Knockout on Nidorino. He went for guard specs. That usually means a win. And we 2-shot the Kangaskhan. Rhyhorn comes out. Ice Beam will be a 1-shot. Very good. And the last Pokemon's Nidoqueen. Earthquake should be a 1-shot. Very good. Get the knockout with Marowak. And we're just about past 1 hour. We face Sabrina. Sabrina, the big problem with her is do we outspeed? We're probably going to outspeed the Kadabra. That's not a problem. We're probably going to outspeed the Mr. Mime. That's also not a problem. Mr. Mime isn't very fast. Do we outspeed the Venomoth? We do. Do we outspeed the Alakazam? We are 10 levels higher. We are not faster than Alakazam. However, he just went for recover. Get a pretty easy win over Sabrina and her whip. And now we're facing our last gym leader, Giovanni. Giovanni, it's 1 hour and 4 minutes. So both the Pokemon have beaten the game before we've even gotten close to the Elite Four with Marowak. One shot on the Rhyhorn, one shot on the Dugtrio. Ice Beam is a 2-shot with the Nidoqueen. I don't know why I'm focusing on Ice Beam so much. Earthquake would do better, good if not better. And Rhydon, last Pokemon, is a 1-shot with Earthquake. Very good. We beat Giovanni. Now we're going to face our rival. We still have problems with our rival. We do not have a great answer for Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and go for Pidgeot. Pidgeot's going to come out. We're going to Mimic Agility. We really can't do anything against us right now. He's not going to knock us out. He has nothing that's going to do a lot of damage. So we get a free setup on the Pidgeot. And we're going to go ahead and go for Blizzard. It's a 1-shot. So the Badge Boost will increase all of our stats now by 12.5%. Very good. So now we're going to couple shot the... I don't know why we're not going just for Blizzard or something. But we're going to go for the knockout here. Very good. Gyarados comes out. Body Slam is not a 2-shot, but we survive a Hydro Pump with a little bit less than half health. And we're going to knock out the Arcanine. Very good. Alakazam, do we outspeed? We do outspeed. Very good. And now Venusaur comes out. Blizzard will be a 1-shot. Very good. So that worked very well against our rival. And with our rival done and dusted, we're going to move right on to the Elite Four. We're going to go to the stats of this Pokemon before we go in the Elite Four. So attack is 168. Very good. Very solid attack. So that'll be our bread and butter. Okay. Defense is 208. I don't really need to worry about defense as much. As long as we can 1-shot, that's what matters. Special and speed. Oh, those are pretty low, but speed is 124. So it's not horrible. It could be a lot worse. And special is 126. However, look at the level we're at. Dugtrio entered this at 64, and I'm pretty sure Sandslash was like at level 50 or 63 or something like that. So Marowak has to be a higher level, so we have a decent enough speed. Okay, so Marowak is at level 70, whereas everyone else was a much lower level than this. So keep that in mind. And our moveset going into the Elite Four is we have Blizzard, Body Slam, Earthquake, and Mimic. We do not have Rock Slide like the other Pokemon, so we don't have an advantage over Gyarados like we had with the other two with a super effective move. So that's going to be our detriment. It's one of the biggest detrimental Pokemon for this Pokemon specifically. So we're going to face Lorelei. Lorelai's going to come out with Dugong Gong Gong, and we're going to go ahead and just try to get the knockout. Earthquake will be a 2-shot, and we're going to knock it out. Very good. We got full health going into the Cloister. Earthquake, we're going to go forward. It's going to be a 2-shot. Aurora Beam does a decent amount of health. Not a big deal. But what's going to be nice is we get this Slowbro with decent health, and we're going to Mimic Amnesia. Water Gun does a decent amount, but as soon as we start doing Amnesia, Water Gun does a lot less. Now the one down, now that's critical hit, so that sucks. But we're going to go ahead and knock it out. We already are, I think we're at +2, and we just got to get the knockout, and I think we'll knock out the next two without a problem. The only question is, do we outspeed both? Both of them are not super fast, and Blizzard knocks us out. That's awesome. So we're just going to try this again. Dugong Gong Gong comes out. And we're going to go for Earthquake. Getting a critical hit there would be so clutch. It'd be so clutch. But we get the 2-shot, and we're going to get a 2-shot on Cloister. He misses, thank goodness. So now we have full health on the Slowbro. So we can actually get a full setup. I'm not using an item. I can't use items in battle. Except for Ethers, but we don't need Ethers right now. Amnesia, and one more Amnesia. We're fully set up. Oh, we did another Amnesia. Okay. Why are we going for Blizzard? Don't go for Blizzard. Oh, we get a 1-shot with Blizzard. That is insane that we got a 1-shot with Blizzard like that. Oh well, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. Earthquake, and now do we get a 1-shot on the Lapras? We do. So we go from like losing the battle to completely obliterating Lorelei and only having like 8 damage to us. So that's insane. But regardless, we get the win, and we're going to go for Blizzard on the Onix. I maybe should have done a badge boost here. Maybe so we outspeed, but we get the knockout on the Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. And Onix is going to come back out. Blizzard is a 1-shot if we hit it, but we miss. But we hit it eventually. And then we're going to knock out Machamp in a 2-shot. He just goes for some kind of bulk up or whatever, focus energy. Get the knockout. Now Lorelei's up. Or I'm sorry, Agatha. We got the Agatha lottery here. So the strategy here is the Mimic Hypnosis. I think. That's what I think the strategy is. Nope, we outsped. So just knock it out. Very good. We go for Blizzard on the Golbat. It's a 1-shot. Very good. Haunter comes out. If we outspeed, we do. Earthquake should be a one-shot. Very good. I love 100% accurate moves. Earthquake should be a one-shot on the Arbok. Very good. And then Gengar comes out. We don't outspeed the Gengar, but it doesn't have anything like putting us to sleep, so we get a full sweep of her as well with no damage being taken. So now here comes the headache. The headache here is Gyarados. We don't have a great move for Gyarados, so we're going to go for Body Slam. And what I'm hoping for is either a miss, but he gets critical hit, so there's a one-shot. That's awesome. Gyarados comes out again. Let's do it again. Body Slam. Hydro Pump. Does not get a one-shot. Now, what I was hoping for was to get like a Paralyze so it can't attack us. So, we're going to have a lot of attempts here. Body Slam again. And Hydro Pump. We got a decent amount of health left. And we get the Paralyze at Hyper Potions. Who's BS. And like I said, it never misses Hydro Pump. The AI, or at least Lance, never misses Hydro Pump. Anyone else, if it was me, or if it was you as a player, we would miss Hydro Pump every time. But it never seems to miss with Lance. He has something that makes this move never miss. So it's about RNG. He gets paralyzed. We do, yeah, this is fun. You're seeing how an 80% accurate move will miss so much, or will never miss, pretty much. But now we're going to mimic Agility, and now the real thing we're worried about here is Dragon Rage. It does one more Dragon Rage, I'm done. Okay, so Blizzard, Earthquake will knock it out. Earthquake will knock this one out. We can't use Earthquake on the next two Pokemon, so what we're going to do, we're going to go for Blizzard. And Blizzard will be a one-shot on the Aerodactyl. Now, do we hit with the Dragonite? We do. So we do survive this battle. At an hour and 12 minutes, hour and 13 minutes, really, we're going into our final battle of the game. Now, can we get this done in reasonable time? The time before was like an hour and 30 minutes when I played through with Cubone and Marowak. So we're way behind our opposition, the other two Pokemon in this. But can we mimic a move? We're going to mimic Recover. Yep, Recover is a good move. We're going to mimic Recover. Okay. We're going to go for, oh my gosh. We're going to knock him out in one shot. Now we're going to Recover on the Rhydon. Now Rhydon, what we want Rhydon to do is we want Rhydon to continuously keep doing like Leer and Tail Whip, because that does the Badge Boost. It increases our speed, it increases our attack. It does lower our defense. Okay? But I'm okay with that, because it's going to boost our stats, and we're going to have a chance to knock out the Gyarados in one shot. Blizzard, how good is the Gyarados, the Blizzard on Gyarados? So now our special is actually upped, but it gets a critical hit, knocks us out. I hate it that our the rival and Lance never miss a Hydro Pump. It's insane to me. But it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers, can't complain. Okay, we're going to go for Recover so that we can recover and spam that while we try to get our stats boosted. Earthquake is a two-shot. Full Restore, which is stupid. But we get a two-shot on the Alakazam. Now we're going to have Rhydon. Again, we're just going to spam Recover until he does so many Leers and Tail Whips that we have really high attack, really high speed. We're doing one more. I'm just going to spam and see how much happens. We do have 10 power points that we can waste on this, so it's going to be a little bit of time. Come on, do one more. Do one more Leer, one more whatever. So we're out, so now we're just going to go for Blizzard, knock it out. Blizzard's a one-shot on the Rhydon. Very good. Gyarados comes out. Body Slam, gets a Paralyze. We still get hit. However, we have a lot higher special this time. It's not a critical hit, so we have a little above half health. Earthquake will be a one-shot. Very good. And we have one Pokemon left. That's Venusaur. Is it a one-shot? Is Blizzard going to be a one-shot? It is a one-shot. So we do one-shot Venusaur, and we just tap and tap and tap and try and get the best best time possible. Where Dugtrio was an hour and 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So what are we going to be at with this? We're going to find out here in a couple seconds. Come on, tap, 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 tap. Let's get a time, let's get a time, let's get a time. And boom. Okay. So 1 hour and 15 minutes and 36 seconds. So 11 minutes slower than Dugtrio. And honestly, if you look at Marowak on paper, it should do better because it has better moves and everything. But the biggest detriment to this Pokemon is the fact that it does not have good speed, and its special is also pretty detrimental. But nonetheless, it did come in third place. And I'm going to go ahead and go over a recap really quick. So to recap this, my prediction was Marowak would come in last, Dugtrio come in second, and Sandslash come in first. And that prediction was spot on. I did not think it would be that big a gap between Marowak and Dugtrio. I didn't think Dugtrio was that much of a better Pokemon than Marowak. However, that's what came to fruition, and there's a 5-minute gap pretty much between, 4-minute gap more or less, between Dugtrio and Sandslash. So I thought those would be a lot more closer gapped, but I guess a little bit of RNG goes one way or another. There were some lucky ones there for Dugtrio, so it could have been a lot worse. So yeah, I think the methodology for all the Pokemon played out how I thought. I thought Marowak or Dugtrio would start out fast and slow down as the game progressed. Marowak would have kind of a steady pace and slow down in the middle of the game because its speed would start being a detriment to it and its special. I thought Sandslash would start off very slow and then gain momentum as the game progressed because of its moveset. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what's going to happen next week. Next week, I have a what-if scenario, and it's a very fun what-if scenario. It's a what-if, and let me go ahead and put in the slide here, and it's going to be very fun to do, and you're going to enjoy this. I think you're going to enjoy this. Okay? But, I'm going to put that in right there. What if we did Marowak, a backport from Generation 2, but it's actually more or less his moveset from Generation 2. So, if you look at Bulbapedia, Bubble Garden, whatever you want to call it, and you look at the moveset from Marowak in Generation 2, its moveset is an improvement, and we actually get a good breeding move. So, one of the biggest detriments of this Pokemon starts off the game with just Boomerang. Or, not Boomerang, Bone Club. Okay? And with Bone Club, you can't hit Flying type. However, in Generation 2, you don't start off with just Bone Club. You start off with Headbutt as well. Headbutt is a 70 base power move. Can make the opposition flinch if you outspeed, which we're not going to outspeed a lot of things, but it's still a very good move to have, which would be way better to use against flying types than depleting all of our power points. And we also wouldn't have to go back and heal it on Route 3 because we'd have another move with a decent amount of power points. So I think this Pokemon could be done a little bit better. And here's the other thing. In Generation 2, you have a thing called egg moves. So what egg moves are is if a Pokemon is bred and certain Pokemon have certain moves, this Pokemon will start the game with it. Okay? So what the scenario we're going to do is what if Marowak started the game with an egg move, which is Swords Dance, and also had Headbutt. How much better would this be? Would it close the gap between it and Dugtrio, or even maybe catch up to Sandslash? I don't know. But because we just did this entire three-way battle, it's actually did it a couple months ago. I just hadn't had time. And also, if you haven't already, you should go watch Scott Slott's version. He did Pokemon Yellow. He did very good with Pokemon Yellow. But I wanted to do Pokemon Blue. We actually were doing this at the same time. We didn't know until one of us posted something on Twitter about it, or X, whatever we'll call it. And then I messaged him about an ass, and then he's like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure I stagger mine about a month after you do yours. So this has been a big undertaking for myself, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot of playthroughs. It was really fun, and it was just figuring out how I wanted to do it, and I'm really happy with the result of it. But I'm curious to see how Marowak could do if it had a slightly better moveset. We're not increasing the stats. The stats are going to be the same, but is Headbutt that much more helpful? And is Sword Dance, I guarantee Sword Dance is going to be immensely helpful, because the biggest downside to Sandslash was its speed. Okay? This Pokemon not only has its biggest downside speed, but also special because it gets access to all these moves it can't really use very well because it doesn't have high special. So will Sandslash, will Marowak be significantly better with, Swords Dance and then starting off with Headbutt as well? I don't know. But we're going to find that out. And that's what I'm going to do next week. It's a what if we Gen 2 moveset with Marowak. So I'm curious to see if it can catch up, if it's not going to have an impact at all, if it at least can pass Dugtrio. I still think Sandslash is probably the best. And I honestly think I played Sandslash first. So it probably got the least time because I had the less amount of prep for it. But the least amount of prep, I'm sorry, not the less amount. Less isn't the word. Least amount of prep, whatever. So that's what I'm doing next week. That's pretty ambitious. I'm very excited about it. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Also, what do you think of the new... this is the new thumbnails I'm doing. The one I did before that you saw, that you're seeing right now for this video, was done months ago. And I've kind of evolved that. So let me know what you think of that as well. And let me just think overall of the playthrough, okay? And this is JD. This is JD's NerdVerse. I hope you enjoyed this Versus series as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Next week, like I said, we're going to have Monday. We're going to have a full-on prediction video. It's going to have a lot more breakdown of the stats and how much better it can do with this changed moveset. So let me know what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.